All right, so chapter 8 is on rotational equilibrium and rotational dynamics. All right, so torque causes angular acceleration. So the magnitude of torque, which is represented by the Greek letter tau, is exerted by the force F. All right, so torque is equal to the length of the position vector times the force times sine theta of the angle, if there is an angle. All right, if there's not an angle, then it's just the length times the force. So your SI unit for torque is going to be newtons times meters. All right, torque in two conditions for equilibrium. All right, so first the net external force must be 0, and then the net external torque must be 0. All right, so this means everything is balanced from either side of the object. So the relationship between torque and angular acceleration. The angular acceleration of an extended rigid body object is proportional to the net torque acting on it. Here we're discussing the center of mass and the center of gravity. All this means is kind of right down the middle, down the axis of symmetry. So your center of mass would go from top middle of your head down in between your eyes, middle of your lips, nose, all the way down your axis of symmetry. All right. Your center of gravity is also in conjoined with your center of mass. So center of gravity, center of mass, these sometimes are the exact same, okay? So it doesn't vary significantly over an object unless the object is not symmetrical, right? All right, so let's work through a couple of problems. All right, number 1 says calculate the torque produced by a 50 Newton perpendicular force at the end of a 0.2 meter long wrench. All right, so let's clear off the whiteboard. All right, so we know that torque is represented by the Greek letter tau, so it's like this squiggly T here. And torque is equal to our length times the force times sine theta. All right, so here we have our force is 50 newtons, and we have our length of the wrench to be 0.2 meters. It also says the force is perpendicular to the length of the wrench. All right, perpendicular means 90 degrees. All right, so our theta is 90 degrees. Our length of the wrench is 0.2 meters. And our force is 50 newtons. All right, and we are asked to find the torque. So let's go ahead and plug everything in. So it's going to be 0.2 meters times 50 newtons times sine 90 degrees. That would be 10 newtons times meters. 10 newtons times meters. All right, so let's go on to number 2. It says calculate torque produced by an 89 Newton force with a pipe length of 0.5 meters. All right, so here we're not given a angle. All right, so this was number 1. Number 2, torque is just going to be equal to the length of that wrench times the force. All right, so we're going to plug in the 0.5 meters times 89 newtons. So 0.5 meters times 89 newtons. 4.5. So you got newtons, and you're multiplying that times the length, which is in meters. So it's going to be newtons times meters. All right.